Masters, today Prasanna garu has shared me a video because, as you all know, that she's going on a trip. So let me share the recording here. Give me a minute.
Stillness or a subtle moment. If there is any discomfort in your body, do not resist to it.
1 second, Masters. I heard that the voice is not audible. Let me
If there is any comfort in your
restart the recording. Sorry for that. Let me play the recording, Masters. Let me know if you're able to hear the voice.
Okay, friends, welcome back to yet another session of Thinking on Destiny. Before we go further, let us meditate on the consciousness of Percival for a few minutes, and then we can go what Percival is giving to us. Please, all of you sit in a meditative posture, cross your legs, clasp your hands, and close your eyes. You can remove your glasses and sit in a meditative posture. Please close your eyes. Sit comfortably. Keep your spine relaxed. Get upright position. Gently close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in. Breathe in. Breathe out softly. Once again, inhale calmly. Exhale completely. Allow your breathing to return to your natural rhythm. Now gently bring your awareness to the body. Notice weight of your body resting on the chair or floor. Feel that contact, the support beneath you. Observe the body as sensations. Warmth or coolness, tightness or ease, stillness or a subtle movement. If there is any discomfort in your body, do not resist to it. If there is any comfort in your body, do not cling to it. Simply notice the body is there. And I am aware of it. Silently say to yourself, this is the body mind. I am the observer. This is the body mind and I am the observer. Now, let us shift our awareness inward. Inward to your feelings. Notice if there is any emotion present. Peace, restlessness, joy, heaviness, or neutrality. You don't need it clearly, but just sense that presence. Feelings are like waves. They rise, they fall back into silence. You're not required to change them. You're not required to judge them. Just observe. Feelings are happening and I'm watching. Just observe. Feelings are happening and I'm watching. Silently affirm, these are feelings, but I am not that feeling. Be aware of your feelings. Now bring your awareness to your desires. Notice any wanting. Are you want of comfort? Want of silence? Want of something to change? Or wanting of this meditation is so good? See how these desires appear as subtle pulls or urges. Do not suppress them. Do not follow them. Just watch them as they rise and dissolve, like a clouds moving across the sky. Gently acknowledge desire is present and I remain witness. Desire is present and I remain witness. Now let go of focus on body, feelings and desires. Rest this observer. Rest the one who sees all the three. The body mind comes and goes. The feeling mind changes moment to moment. The desire mind rises and fades. But you, the awareness, remains still. Sit in that quiet knowing. No effort, no control. Just that presence. Just that presence. Take a one slow, deep breath in. Breathe out softly. Whenever you are ready, gently open your eyes and carry this witness awareness with you throughout your day. Carry this witness awareness with you throughout your day. Now, rub your palms and keep on your eyes, and you can look at your palms. Before we go further to the session, let's recap what we learned in session 3 of the last class. Along with these three minds, whatever we learn, let's recap. Over to Lavanya.
Hi friends, Namaste, good morning or good evening everyone. As you all know, this is Lavanya Vishwanath from Australia. So I would like to welcome back to the Divine Breath YouTube channel, Australia Initiative of Pyramid Spiritual Societies Movement, with divine blessings of Dr. Brahmashi Subhash Patriji and Swanamala Patriji. Let us start our today's session. Hope you all had a good meditation where Prasanna Garu has guided it beautifully. So we all know that for the past 3 weeks we are discussing about Thinking and Destiny book written by Harold W. Percival, which is being explained by our very own dear master Prasanna Medisetti. So let me just quickly give you a recap of session 3 for previous session. So Prasanna Garu did talk about meditation. So she talked about what is the meditation is really about going beyond our mind and senses. Our feelings and desires don't come from either seeing, hearing, or anything which is associated from our body. So they arise within our inner self. Desire is the expression of the conscious energy, the will to fulfill our intention. The body is simply a machine. The real you is the conscious doer. And Prasanna garu did touch about how Eastern philosophy often talks about merging into supreme consciousness, but Percival offers a different view, that we don't disappear into an absolute. We are eternal, a distinct being, a knower, thinker, and a doer who has a purpose to fulfill. And we also looked at 3 aspects of the mind, that is the body mind, which ties to our senses. The second one is the feeling mind, which connects to our intuition. The third is desire mind, which is linked to our willpower and intention. Though this the feeling mind and desire mind, these 2 minds are often dominated by the body mind. So ultimately, our inner life begins when we go beyond our senses and reconnect with the knower within. So with this, I would like to welcome Prasanna garu, though it's a recording, so I'll start playing the recording from here, masters. Okay. Give me a minute here. Let me just share the recording.
Meditation, as we just observed in our meditation, body mind, feeling mind, and desire mind. Also, we say this how the mind as a intellectual matter. So how in the human mind, mostly the body mind is dominating the other 2 minds, the feeling mind and desire mind. It is most of the time it is actually trying to dominate it. So he is also introducing the concept of psychology here. The modern psychology is defined as the psychology means they are saying that it is the study of the human behavior. The definition itself is focusing how human beings are react to their sensory impressions. So whatever that we see, hear, taste, all those things, right? Their sensory impressions, whatever, they are just actually by seeing the objects or focus or anything, right? So they are getting it. That's what the modern psychology is actually talking about it. However, in this approach, there is a true essence of psychology or psych that is involving about the psych and your mind, and how one is processing their thought is missing actually. This is they are only looking at the outer external parts of the human behavior only. Psychology today is not considered completely true sense because it is having a lack of understanding of the mind and the psyche, how the psyche is influencing the mind is influencing the psyche, right? So that one is missing. That is why it was not complete. That's what Percival is saying. Many psychologists admit themselves that they could not comprehend the nature of the mind or how the thought process and how it is actually impacting. What is that approach, new approach that we need it to develop the psychology into the new science? One must understand this body mind, feeling mind, and desire mind. where this feeling is coming from, where this desire is coming from. Are these are coming from the sensory, or are these coming from their own? That me who is there, right? So when you say that, when you sleep, you say that I slept like a baby. So you slept, your senses were not working, but morning when you get up and you are saying that, oh, I slept so tight. I slept like a rock. I slept like a baby. Something like that you are saying, right? Who is that I? Is that I is feeling, or the body is feeling? That is a kind of the thing, right? That we have to understand the new science, a proper science. The mind of the human and relations is based on how these three minds are working together. Okay. Also, how the mind actually, the psychologically, how the mind is working differently to the different sexes, like male, female. When we say the feeling and desire mind, always say in men, the feeling aspect is dominated by the desire mind, because for them the desire mind is more dominant than the feeling mind, whereas for a woman feeling mind is a dominant compared to the desire mind. So these differences also the psychology has to be introduced, how these interactions between the men and women influenced with the different kinds of the psychological dynamics, right? How they will be changing with these minds. Also, the psychology, there is a concept of the soul is also there, right? The modern soul is very unclear, confusing throughout the history. So the different people are defining the different kinds as a soul, right? So rather than actually exploring the soul, psychology is focusing on studying the human being as an animal machine, like a machine that like animal, it has a mission. The human being is also having a mission, and they are trying to have that behavior of that mission only. They are trying to do it, rather than they are saying it has a human being as a soul, and it has to approach into the deeper and more subtle aspects of the soul, because human existence itself is a kind of a special, and they need to understand the psyche behind it. That is what the modern psychology is actually expressing, that it has to be included. A true science of the psychology requires understanding of the deeper mechanisms of this mind that goes beyond their behavioral responses. Behavioral responses are outcome of this feeling mind and desire mind, right? So first we need to understand that by exploring these dynamics of the three minds, body mind, feeling mind, and desire mind, a comprehensive, holistic understanding of the human psychology can be developed. That is what the Percival is mentioning. Now let's come to, that is all about the psychology that he introduced, that there is a kind of a definition that is contemplating how the present system is there and how it has to be there, right? So next one is the soul. So when it comes to the soul, the nature of the soul is elemental nature units. It's a conscious, it is an unintelligent entity. Soul is considered most advanced elemental units with the human body. In the human body, soul is the one which is most advanced or aged thing, because the body is only the, suppose whatever my age is, that age is the body, right? So, but soul is having a lot of age. It is a senior person in your body. Who is a senior person in the body organization is your soul. It has evolved through long process of apprenticeship, right? It has evolved into the mineral kingdom, whatever. So all the kingdoms it passed through, and even in the human being also it passed through so many lifetimes. So it has it has lot of experience in your body. So what is the function of the soul? So function of the soul is a general manager of your body. Like how the company general manager works, your body general manager is your soul. It is responsible for your automatic building, automatic nervous system, maintenance of the body, and repair of your physical body. And the body is available to the doer, right? The conscious self, whatever it is doing for the various lifetimes. So that is available, but that is a function of the soul. What is the role of the soul in the universal plan? The soul is indestructible. That's what we have to understand. The soul cannot be destructed. The soul cannot die. So the soul is an indestructible. The soul is an indestructible and plays a significant role in the universal plan. It action support the continuation of the immortal doers existence across the different incarnations. So many incarnations it is taking. Soul is not in the one incarnation, it is taking incarnation after the incarnation. The soul's responsibilities are determined by its thought and destiny of the doer. So how the soul's responsibility, as I told, whatever you are thinking, so based on the thought, you will be actually getting your responsibility, or you will be getting over the next life and all those things. The purpose of the soul is support the doer's journey. The doer is doing the journey and actually able to acquire the knowledge or acquire the experience in this lifetime, right? So to support the doers is the soul's responsibility, and also to maintain this human body mechanism. It aligns this to the nature's laws and serves to ensure that doer can have experience of the physical existence as needed by the destiny. Whatever the destiny that he has to perform, that physical existence, it helps. Does the soul is destructible? Does the soul is die? No. Soul is indestructible, meaning its continuous function throughout the doer's multiple lifetimes. How many number of thousands of lifetimes it take? It is a continuous thing. It builds, it repairs new bodies. The soul builds new and repairs as and when the new body is required. And here, soul, we know the mind, but mind we have divided into we are dissected into the three minds. He is actually introducing the one more term called breath form. The breath form, okay? Breath form is an active aspect of the breath. The breath, whenever we are taking, right? The breath, the active aspect of the breath form is breath itself. The breath form active aspect is taking the breath. So only when you can inhale and exhale, only the soul will be there in your body, right? So the breath form is nothing, it's a kind of, you can compare with the soul itself. The breath of the life force, the spirit of the body, it prematures entire physical structure, ensuring the vitality and existence. So this breath form, through the breath, this soul is existing in your physical body, and it is defining your vitality. As long as it is there in your body, you are active and you are actually alive in this body, right? So what is the passive aspect of this? Is the passive aspect of the breath form is form, a model, a blueprint. According to your soul plan, there is a blueprint that physical body is as having. It is serving, that soul is serving as an invisible structure or a pattern organizing your material body, and it is giving a shape and the form. So the breath form, active and passives together, is nothing but your soul or the spirit kind of thing. It's a connection between the life and the form. The breath form combines the life and the form to create and maintain this physical body. The physical body is the body, the breath is the spirit, and the soul is the inner form. Soul, whatever we call, is the inner form. So it is actually combining this breath and the inner form, the spirit, both together. This is called a breath form. The body is composed of the physical matter, right? So the spirit here is the life force that sustains in the body. Body is a physical, all Panchabhutas it is made up of. Here the spirit, the breath is the life force that sustains the body. That is there. A soul is an imperishable, soul never perishes, imperishable inner form, guiding and shaping the visible structure. So that is so these three together, the spirit and the soul that form together is the breath form. Soul as a breath form. Here the soul is called as a breath form. The soul is a perpetual breath form for shaping, for maintaining, for repairing, rebuilding the human body throughout its actions and the breath. What is the soul? Soul as a breath form, right? The soul is a perpetual breath form. So soul is nothing but the breath form which is responsible. The soul is responsible for, suppose, let us take a very simple example kind of a thing, right? So this lifetime, I was born just 5 feet, or some short girl kind of thing I born, right? So always people will say that, okay, that girl is a short or something, putti, whatever the names that they can give, they are giving it. So what this soul, the breath form, right, this is responsible for it, because whatever the thinking that you are doing, how you will be taking the next birth, that's what. So you always longing for a tall or something like that, whatever the thought that you are releasing. So even this is a small, this also creates your rebirth. because you wanted to experience this life as a tall girl, let us take. Or you feel that you are not dumb, you are a dumb, and you are not that smart. You wanted to come back with the smartness, or you wanted to do so. Whatever that you are releasing the thought repeatedly, you will come back. So this soul, this breath, this soul is responsible for your shape, maintaining, and also repairing of the cells. So as long as, because once the breath form went out of the body decays, no matter what. When the breath form is here, the body will not decay, right? It will regenerate. Every time the cells, every second, there are so many cells are dying and the new cells are coming. So this regeneration and coming back and repairing and rebuilding of the human body throughout is the action of the breath. As long as that breath is there, you are able to do that. Then what is that breath form and mind? Breath form and soul, we have seen. Breath form and mind. The breath form includes what psychology referred as a subconscious and unconscious mind. So this breath form, whenever it is there, so it is also going to that subconscious and unconscious mind does not belong to body. They belong to you. That is, they belong to you as a soul or a spirit. So when this breath form, when the soul is within that body, you are able to experience that subconscious and unconscious mind. It governs your nervous system. It controls automatic bodily functions. All the things it can do. Breath form as the mind. Then what is the functions of this breath form? The breath form acts as a nature's impacts of the conscious thoughts of the doer. So what are conscious thoughts of the doer? It functions as an intermediary between the nature, means external world. Nature means here the Prakriti. Nature is a Prakriti in Bhagavad Gita. It is an external world. And the immortal soul, because the doer within you, it acts in between, responding to the external stimuli, whatever that is external. I saw a smell immediately. Oh, this is a jasmine smell. Oh, this is a rose smell. This is a rosemary smell. Something kind of thing. Whenever you are seeing that smell, you will be able to see the stimuli. You see that external stimuli which is happening in the internal thoughts. So that is the functions of the breath form. Buffer. What is the buffer between the nature and the doer? This is the breath form. The breath form is operating as an automatic system, responding both external sources, that is the nature, whatever it is giving, and also conscious intentions. Intentionally you want it, oh, I want to achieve this, or I want to get this. Those are all the internal intentions. It is actually acting in between the doer within the body. Suppose when the breath form is not there, even though the soul is not there, means simply the body is there, then you cannot actually wish anything. You cannot do that. So it is acting as in between. It is acting as a mediator between the body and the higher self. Next, that is the concept of breath form. So whenever you say the breath form in Thinking and Destiny book, you need not worry too much. Breath form is nothing but, it is kind of a soul or a spirit. It's referring, right? Breath is a physical breath, form that inner soul. So together he is calling as a breath form in here. So whatever that impressions that we are creating, that will be attached to that breath form. It's not going to attach to your body. Body will decay once you died. But the breath form is there. So whatever the thoughts you are actually repeatedly doing or anything, those thoughts will be attached to this breath form itself. So those forms are attached to the breath form, and you are able to means you are able to carry those thoughts. Those thoughts will not go. Those thoughts are going to become your destiny. That is what you need to remember it. So the body is the direct, whatever that body. So next one is body. How that body is coming. This body, as just an example gave, right? Short girl and a tall girl kind of thing. Body is nothing but a result of your thinking. Whatever you think, whatever you are releasing the thoughts, that comes as a body. Next, body is an expression of thought only. You wanted to live in this world. You wanted to born in this particular family because of your karmic bondage or whatever it is. You wanted, you decided, because of that only you are there. The body is the direct result of your thinking, feelings, and desires. You wanted to have that. You thought about it. You have that desires. So suppose in this lifetime you just wanted to live with somebody. You're not living. So you constantly releasing the thought. You just have to come back to do that. So, and also you are choosing such a kind of a parents or the family in such a way that whatever that your desires will be fulfilled, or whatever the circumstances that you wanted to have, you will be born in that particular family. So nothing, because everything is a thought that you yourself has released. That is becoming your destiny. It reflects the thoughts and actions from the previous lifetimes. Whatever the thoughts and actions that you have done in the previous lifetimes, that's what you came in this lifetime. So whatever that we are presently living, it does not come by chance. It doesn't come by luck, or it doesn't come by just like that. It came because you wanted it. It came because it came because you wanted it. It came because you wanted to live with this family, with this kind of the spouse, with this kind of the thing, all the things, right? You wanted to live. That is the reason why this came. 1 second. So this body is an exteriorization of the soul and the breath form. The soul and the breath form, whatever it thinks of it, this is an exteriorization. It is carrying the imprint of the past thoughts and past actions. So be careful, be aware, whatever the thoughts you are doing, whatever the actions you are doing, you are going to carry this to the next lifetime automatically, right? So it's nothing is accidental, nothing is by chance it came. It is all your thoughts. You are making a visible record of your inner thoughts, inner consciousness, inner experiences, and making your further lifetimes. Then coming to the body's health and disease, how you the disease coming, or how you healthy or a disease in the body is determined by doer's mental and emotional state. That is why nowadays 99% of the diseases are psychosomatic diseases. That's what. So your mental condition, your emotional state is defining your disease. Disease is dis-ease. Whatever that you have in your mind, that ease is not there. If there is a ease, then you will just go with the flow. Whenever there is a dis-ease is there, that is developing as a disease, or it is actually going and hitting on some part of your body. It is coming as a disease. Once the current physical state is shaped by how you thought, or how you felt, or how you desired in the past also, that you will be posting, that you will be getting it as. Suppose people think that the accidents are just like that. Oh, God is why did the God does that? Why this kind of the pain and all, right? Suppose let us take an example of you in this lifetime. You are a drunken driver. Okay, you drink and you drive, and because of you some accident happened, and in that accident some persons are, because when you are driving a car or some bus, whatever it is, so few families were died because of that. Even if a few families died, so many people will get affected, right? So when you see as a pure soul, you think that, oh my God, I gave a suffering to these many people. So I have to take this pain so that my karmic bondage will be balanced. That is what you thought when you are a soul. So next time what happens? You may not die, but your loved ones may die, and you will take that pain because you have given that pain to so many people. And as a soul, you thought of it because you thought, I have done a mistake. It's my mistake. Because of my mistake, so many people suffered that unnecessarily. So when you thought that, what happens? Your karmic bondage will come, and automatically in some accident, your loved ones may die and you may have to take that hit. So the accidents are also not by chance it's happening. It is happening because of your karmic bondage only. That is what here says. Everything that is happening here is coming out of your thought. Whatever the thought you are releasing in this lifetime, either it comes in this lifetime or it may come to the coming up lifetimes. Perfectibility and immortality of the body. So this concept is, so many people are talking, we are seeing so many movies also, this is coming up, right? Perfectibility, the immortality is a stem of an idea that is transformed. Okay, from your doer's thoughts to the intentions. Suppose you have that kind of the thought, I can release, my body can be immortal, my body can be, I can live immortal. If you can think, because when if somebody says that you can be immortal, we laugh at them, because how can the body can be immortal? Because it's not possible. We have to age and we have to do, because that's how we were conditioned. If we were not conditioned, how come that Mahatar Babaji is still living and still, because his body was, because these days is happening and his body was never decayed, and no rituals were performed to his body, and the people who are going there in that caves are still feeling his presence and his feelings. How come? Because he reached to a stage where he can rebuild, where he can continuously generate his body cells again and again, so he is able to do that. That's what it is, all your thinking. If you think that you are perfectly, you can live as an immortal body, then you can live. It is all, once you become like, when we read about the celestial prophecy, at the end we are all the light bodies. So once this gross body was not there, we are all the light bodies. In the light body, it is all that all that atoms can be moved. You can move through the walls and move. So that kind of the light body, when you are there, right? So when you can be immortal, that's how the Mahavatar Babaji or anybody is living, right? So this is an ultimate state of perfection. At the end of this book, he will say how you can also become an immortal with your thoughts, with your things, how your thoughts can be aligned to that, and how you can become that immortal self also. Otherwise, if you think that, oh, it's 40s, this eyesight is common. Oh, it is 50s, this is common. So that's how we try to accept, and we are trying to face the life, right? That's how we are doing it. We had that kind of the beliefs. So ultimate state is return to the original state of the original state that you came from, that immortal, because soul is an immortal, you came from that, and you can still go back to that immortal with your thinking. What is the cultural and historical significance? Significance of this, right? The idea of attaining the conscious immortality has been present in the Western thought also from so many years, almost like since 2000 years, people are studying on this. This concept was spread globally, and it's resonate with many people, that inward truth, despite of the big misunderstanding or it is distorted over the time, there is an inner truth. So when you are actually going inside and all, so many people understood that you can live forever, because the soul is the forever. You can also regenerate your body. What is the modern understanding on this, right? Well, idea of immortality and the body perfection may still met in indifference or awe kind of thing, but it remains that everybody accepted that there is a global consciousness, and we are all belong to the same consciousness. It is all the same collective consciousness. When you are there, when you comes over there, right, then inwardly, slowly, this immortality concept can imbibe in you. When we are further exploring the understanding this idea, it can be significant that human existence is possible. Human existence with the immortal body is possible when you are growing yourself as a spiritual growth. What is the spiritual growth? Spiritual growth is nothing but going inside, going inwardly apprehend, inwardly understand the truth. Though it's not fully understood, but the concept of immortality was felt by so many people, internalized by so many people, and they have the deep understanding of this particular immortality in the nature by so many other people. That is the immortality. So immortality means incorruptible body, right? Immortality means the body was not corrupted, the body was not decaying. So what is this incorruptible body? How can the incorruptible body can be achieved? The idea of the human physical body can be incorruptible or everlasting or regenerate the state of the perfection of the eternal life is introduced into this book, and you are going to learn through to the next few chapters. The transformation can occur when the person is alive itself. When the person is alive itself, this transformation can occur, and challenging the conventional belief that the body has to decay and the person has to die. This can be challenged, and you can transform when you are in the body itself. Pandito Swargam, something like that we heard, right? That is a kind of. You can re-examine the death and life. The notion of the death is inevitably only the path of the immortality is questioned, right? So because there is a death, how can the immortality? So there is no reason why physical body cannot live indefinitely. It can live indefinitely. Death occurs because due to the lack of effort. Suppose if the cells are working when you are at the young age, you look so beautiful, everybody. So when you are actually aging, that beauty is going, that there is a decay. What is happening? So the body is not functioning as good as it is functioning at the young age. Like a machine is getting worn out after certain number of years of usage. This body machine is also getting worn out after certain things. But this machine, the external machine, doesn't have any consciousness, any soul on its own, but we human beings has that soul, has that breath form on our own. When that breath form is there, when that soul is there, we have an effort, we can do the regeneration of the body. You are potentially able to regenerate your body. When you have that potentiality of regenerating of that body, you can overcome that limitation of body has to decay. You can overcome that. That is what here it is saying. Then he is talking about the sex power. So usually the sex power means it's a constantly using. If you are taking the power of the sex, if you take, it can generate. It can generate another being, right? The male sperm and the female ovum, the small portions of it, when it was the very tiny part of it, that particular thing, when they are combined together, it is able to generate a life form itself. How actually the heart, kidney, lungs, all the things, from that two things, everything is coming up, which means how much creative power that sex is having, right? So when that sexual energy is having such a great power, you can use that sexual energy into your body to regenerate also, instead of wasting, instead of just wasting that energy. When suppose in your life you will be having 2 or 3 kids, only that time you are utilizing it. What about the all other energy, right? What are you doing that energy, the remaining? Simply getting wasted, right? So instead of simply getting wasted, you can use that power back and circulate into your body, so that your body can regenerate your body, regenerate your cell, and you can fulfill your goals and ideals. Whatever you will get, most of your intellect, or most you can go to that reaching that knower state with your sexual power itself, because that has a lot of power within it. That is going to tell how the power is coming down to the Muladhara, and how it is getting wasted. If you are actually able to take that power back again to the Sahasrara, once it touched to that Sahasrara, once that power is touched to the Sahasrara, how it can give you a lot of knower kind of the knowledge, how you can become an immortal with that section. The creative power, you are creating your body itself. You are regenerating your body itself. How you can do, he will be explaining in the later chapters. Human mystery and the body. Human being is seen as a dual mystery. The mystery of themselves, and the body that they had it. The body is the lock and you as the key. Body is a lock and you are the key, because when you enter into this body, only the body has some good thing. How such a mystery, right? When two the things are coming up, when they started forming into the uterus, and then it started growing, heart, brain, all the forms it is forming. How such a amazing thing that it is happening with the when it has that much of power. So you can use that power. That's what he is saying. So even if the body was formed that much, if the soul is not there, there's nothing. The baby is out and the soul did not enter into the body, then it is the dead. Right? Even though that body has such a kind of the machine, without the soul it is not. So the soul is the key. That's what he's saying. The body is machine, but you are the soul. Understanding that oneself, the key of the body to the nature world, is a vital concept of the self-realization. So once understand that you are that key. You are that key. You are the one who is actually activating that body. Body is not activating your tongue, taste, all those things are not the one. These are all the senses only. You are that powerful. Once you understand, that is the self-realization. Okay, self-knowledge, what is the purpose? So who again comes to the same old example of Ramana Maharshi or whoever is say the who am I? Why did I come to this earth? The purpose and the concept of the encourage the individuals to understand who is that operator of this body machine. Who is interacting with that nature? It's the body is just using it. Who is that particular person? Who am I? Try to solve that mystery of you, that person who can be understand the laws of the nature, work in harmony with the nature throughout with their body. So that person you try to understand, that is the self-knowledge. You are trying to understand the self, that is the self-knowledge. Always keep that self in harmony with the nature. Once that self-knowledge is attained, once you understand that Atma Jnanam or self-knowledge, a person will understand the functions of the body and the laws of the nature. This knowledge, this self-knowledge, allows individuals to operate in sync with the larger nature, larger machine, and use their body as a tool to understand both known and unknown nature laws. So then once you understand you are not your body, then you use this body as a machine, body as a tool only. So regeneration is also a mystery, a self-mystery. The body regeneration is a self-mystery. How you can do it? This can be achieved through your mental and spiritual effort. Physical body can be regenerated with your mental and spiritual effort, overcoming the physical limitations of the body. Mystery over the body and its functions through understanding its connections to the nature. Understand your connections to the nature enables the person to live life, continuous growth and progression, right? So enable that. So in summary, this particular text is going to discuss about achieving incorruptible, immortal body through your self-understanding, through understanding of yourself, and controlling your desires, right desires, and aligning the desires with your nature desires. It challenges your traditional view of body has to decay, body has to death, and it is challenging that view, and it is saying a deeper exploration of that the body has a potential regeneration of the life. You can regenerate in this life and you can live the eternal life. That is what it is actually trying to explain in this book. This is all introduction, right? So concept by concept we are coming up. Next, the concept of the time. We always say, because in this two-dimensional world, we are seeing that time as a linear thing, past, present, and future. But time is actually the parallel thing. It is happening, right? Time is often discussed and it's difficult to define also. It's an abstract, elusive, making it challenging to grasp, right? What is this parallel? It is happening. It's not easily explained or understood. You need to have kind of a spiritual understanding. You need to have that kind of understanding in order to understand what exactly the time is. Time can be described as a change of units. You can say change of units. It's suppose there is a one wish that you are actually repeatedly doing it, right? When you are repeatedly doing it, so there is that repeatedly releasing the thought is going up and actually it's coming up. So one thought is there, it is existing in this nature, but it is existing in a different form. It is existing in a radiant form, and it is existing in, so only when it comes to the physical form only you are realizing. But when you are actually doing it, that particular thing is already existing in the universe, but it is only seeing, you are able to see only when it is coming to the dense form. Like when you are dying, when some person is dying, still the person is existing. The soul is still existing. Soul is not dying, but you are unable to see. Only that soul, when took the body form, when they are taking it as a physical form only, you are able to see. Similarly, everything that you wish for is already existing in this world, but you are able to see only when it comes to the physical existence. Suppose if you take time in a different states, when you are awake, you are perceiving the time is linearly, like past, present, and future. But when you are in the dreams, so the time is changing. You years also you can go back and come back, right? The time is changing. The time is a different thing when you are after death. The time is perceived differently. After death, states are totally different. Similarly, when you are in the life also, in childhood to death, if you take, right, you feel like some of the days just like that it went. Suppose as a kid, summer comes 2 months, it will go like 2 days. But if it's a school days, it go long. You have to write assignments, you have to submit it. You feel like it's going forever, right? So sometimes it feels slower in some days. It feels faster in the youth. It accelerates as you are actually going approaches death. It's a different thing. So time is nothing. Time you can define it as a time as a change. Instead of time is described as a web of change. It is connecting to the eternal and ever changing to the human body. It's woven to the breath form. It is woven with your breath form. The body mind is operating as a marker of this breath. Then role of thinking. That's a time, right? Role of thinking. Time is constructed through thought, through your thought also. Your body mind is thinking. It's creating the loom of the time. It's creating, oh, it may happen future. It may happen. So it's spinning like a web. It is waving the past, present, and future. Your thought is the one that it is actually looming. In a sense, time is an abstract concept shaped by your mind, experienced by the different states like awake, deep sleep, all those things, right? Experienced by the different state of your mind. That is the time. The last concept of this introduction chapter is consciousness. So everywhere we use the consciousness word, right? It's a mystery word. It is a unique word in English also. We can say there is no exact or equivalent meaning of in other languages. The full meaning can be understood. There are so many places it can be misused and misinterpreted also. He is out of consciousness. He doesn't have conscious. This is not the consciousness that he is talking about. So some people will say it's my consciousness, my consciousness is not agreeing. So this is a different thing. Human consciousness, cosmic consciousness, animal consciousness, levels of consciousness, deeper consciousness, normal consciousness, these are all the different consciousness. These are all the misinterpretations. The phrases like losing the consciousness, developing the consciousness, enhancing the consciousness, they cannot be quantified. They cannot be expanded. They cannot be altered. Consciousness cannot be altered. So all these terms that I told are misconceptions of the consciousness. Then what is the consciousness? If all these things are not there, then what is a consciousness? Consciousness means to be consciousness, to be there, to be aware, conscious as, conscious in, which means conscious is there. It's nothing, it's there. That's it. Consciousness is just that awareness. It is indicating it's aware of to be there. That's all. So once if somebody says that I am self-realized person, the self-realized person will not say I am self-realized person. The moment somebody said, I am a self-realized person, which means he is separating you differently. The duality is there. You are not self-realized. I am self-realized. You don't know anything. I know something. So this is the kind of thing that that a person is talking means he is not at all self-realized. He is just still be there in that duality concept. Once you are realized that you are that consciousness, you totally understand the consciousness within you, consciousness within me, and consciousness everywhere is the same. We are just progressing and learning. We are at the different stages of our soul evolvement. Once you understand, you will not see anybody less or anybody great. If you are saying, oh my God, that guru has a lot of, that means you are not actually self-realized. Forget about that guru. And if the guru is feeling that I have got a lot of knowledge and these people are not having knowledge, then he is not self-realized. This consciousness, the one self-realized person will never say that he is self-realized, because he understands there's no he. It's only the consciousness that is present. There is nothing between he, me, you, they, that is not there. So the correct usage is consciousness as, or to be consciousness. So consciousness is an ultimate, final reality which is present everywhere. You are not separate from it. You are aware of that. You are that consciousness. This presence enables us things to be conscious. Without it, the entity, there is nothing, there is no entity that is performing the things. If I'm teaching, there is a consciousness is there. If you are listening, there is a consciousness is there. Same consciousness is one consciousness teaching, other consciousness is listening. Here there is no me, both are same. There is no me here, there is no separate. So if I'm saying that I am teaching, I am able to understand, I am the great, then that is not, you are actually attaching yourself with your bodily. So that is not the consciousness is within that which is the same. Itself do not, and also the consciousness itself do not perform the functions. It's merely the media allows the consciousness to occur in the different entities. Okay. Consciousness does not change, it won't expand, it was contract or anything. It is there. But only thing is all our bodily natures, all these things we are thinking that it has no degrees, no states, no planes or nothing. It is the smallest unit of the supreme intelligence. There is a supreme intelligence, it's the smallest part of it. That's all, the consciousness. It has no properties, no attributes. It does not possess anything. It cannot be possessed by someone. It cannot possess anything and it cannot be possessed by someone. There is a timelessness. The consciousness do not begin. It doesn't begin at one place. It doesn't end at other place. It cannot start at the beginning. It cannot end. It exists. It is an eternal and it exists. It exists in all the beings. It is the essence of every existence. It allows entities to be aware. It allows to be aware. Suppose if I'm there, it allows that consciousness, allows you to be aware that you are consciousness. Okay. It's beyond our comprehension. It cannot be measured. It cannot be changed. It is not a subject to change. Consciousness is simply is. That is the state that we have to understand. Consciousness is a very mysterious concept. We have to understand the consciousness. It is just the simply that consciousness is there. That's all. That's what we have to understand. With this, I have given so many definitions in this first chapter at the background or a fundamental concept. Let us think whatever the concepts are. This is all happened in the first chapter. All the different definitions were given in this chapter. So from the next class onwards, we will see purpose and plan of the universe. What is the purpose of this universe? Why that came? What is the plan? That we will see in the second chapter. See you all next week. If you have any questions, we will see next week.
Hi, Masters. So I think if you have got any questions, so please write it down. So probably next week, about when Prasanna garu will be back, we can discuss on it. So with that, I'll be closing the session for today, Masters. See you all next week at the same time. Thank you.